All right, Nick family, welcome back to another episode of Nick's Morning Coffee Recap. So this is what it's come down to. I just find it hard to believe that this is the end of the road for us. Is this our fate? Is this what we fought so hard for this whole season? I'm having a problem with that. Now, I know smart money say the series is over. Teams don't come back from 3-1 in the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. But for some reason, I believe that we are able to do it based off of our personnel. It comes down to intelligence. Are we intelligent enough to seize the moment? The Pacers are a good team, but realistically, they are not supposed to be beating us 3-1 with us having a home court advantage. So the way I look at it is that I want to get 2 games first. Okay, it's 1 game at a time, but let's get the first 2 and then leave game 7 at home at the Garden. And I truly believe that the Garden faithful is not going to let the Knicks lose tonight. And I'm not even at the frustration part level. I'm at the scratch your head level a little bit of confusion because the players, some of the things that y'all are allowing to go on. And I just not willing to accept the fact that every time we have a promising season, every time something special is supposed to happen, that Indiana Pacers are the team that knocks us out. And I'm going back to the Patrick Ewing era. I'm going back to 2013 with Carmelo Anthony. Last year. Is this really what we're about? That we can knock off the powerhouses and let the Indiana Pacers come into the Garden and just push us around year after year? This is not the New York Knicks. This is not our New York Knicks. So we have to come in tonight with the do or die attitude that it's 1 game at a time, but it's 2 games for me. Games 5 and 6, we have to get them. And then game 7, now let's go out there and then ball out. But in the last game, one of the things that was discouraging to me was in the second quarter, late in the second quarter, or midway through the second quarter, Shamet hit Karl Anthony Towns on a pin down. Now, Towns immediately drew the double team in the post. Shamet's man was looking at Towns as he pound. And that's been his bread and butter a lot this series too, so I'm not knocking that. But Shamet was open the whole sequence. Shamet's open on the perimeter on the same side that he entered the ball into Towns. Towns never even looked his way to throw it back out for maybe an easy 3. And that now can get the Pacers thinking different defensively. They know that for some reason we have become black hole. Rather we throw it in the post or we isolate. We're not moving the ball, doing the things that got us there this season. And that was disheartening to me to see, because then why we have Shamet out there? Yes, he's a good defender. He's not a stellar defender, though. So why are we having him out there if he's the best shooter on our team and we're not getting him to shoot the ball? And that's been the difference between us and the other teams the whole playoffs, from Detroit to Boston and now to Indiana. Their shooters get to shoot. When they bring a sub in off the bench that shoots, that's his job, to put him up. And we're not doing that. We're not taking advantages of what we offer as a team. And we have some good outside shooters on our team, some who can go into prolific scoring, shooting the ball. But we're not isolating them in the sense of giving them the opportunities to do that by giving them the game assignment that when you go in the game, this is what we need you to do. So we're letting games get away from us. That credit to the Pacers. They're playing high-octane basketball. They have nothing, 0 to lose. If the Pacers lose this series and we come back, no one cares. No one's going to say they choke. No one's going to, because we're supposed to win. But now, if we lose the series, all hell breaks loose. Now players' futures could be on the line. Guys like Shamet, guys like Payne, guys like, even Deuce, people who may want to be here long term, now got to look to go elsewhere. And then other teams going to look at this series and they're going to see where you valuable to your teams even in a loss. So guys got to come out individually and tell themselves, not on my watch. Because it's like, why? Why are the Indiana Pacers pushing us around the way that they are? Why are they coming out with the W's? When we clearly, Jalen Brunson is one thing, but by having Karl Anthony Towns, you have the advantage. Jalen Brunson and Cat is better than Halliburton and Siakam. But they're playing more as a team, moving the ball, getting to where it got to go, and then just putting up the shots. So we're trading twos for threes, and then we're not even really getting the twos because if we drive and miss, they're coming down, knocking down the three. So they're always at a 5-6 point advantage, even when the game's supposed to be tied, because we're not following through on the things that got us here in this position leading down to the playoffs. Yes, Indiana Pacers came in the playoffs hot, yes. But still, we came in with a pedigree, which I thought we were going to come in with a pecking order, with some type of system that players was going to really know their role. I'm talking about really know their role. I'm a shooter. Okay, I'm coming in to shoot. Okay, I do this. I'm a slasher. But we got to mix it up. And everything is drive, drive, drive. And then the quick three is not falling. But even with all that said, I don't think this is one of those situations where a 3-1 team can't come back and win. We absolutely can come back and win on this series. Now, I'm not that type of a gambling man to bet on games like that. But if I would still pick us to win this series. I would still pick us to win this series because we have the personnel. When you have the personnel, it's just a matter of putting in the formula. And that's what we got to do, put in the formula. Indiana is beatable. They're beatable in the sense of the way that we can get back in games and even take the lead. And then we have to hold the lead. And the players have to believe in what they're doing out there, believe in every shot you take, believe in the mismatches, believe in the opportunities that Indiana is going to allow you to have. They're giving you the opportunities to stay in the game. We're just not seizing the moment. And that's not even taking anything away from Indiana. Kudos to Indiana. I love what they're doing. But they're not supposed to be here. You know, when we wasn't even supposed to be here. But Knicks fans in the beginning of the season, once we got Cat in training camp, we knew we had a shot. Now we can't blow our shot off the Pacers. I'm sorry. We just can't do it. We have to show the New York faithful that they're in it just as much as we are in it. And the guys are going to be out there tonight. The old school veteran players, they're going to come. They're going to support. We don't even need all the celebrities in the house. We need the real Knicks fans in the house tonight cheering them on. And I think we can do it. I think we can do it. I think Thibodeau, you got off your stubbornness a little bit too late of going to that bench. But even going to that bench and inserting Mitch in the starting lineup, you're still not using the combinations the way you have to use them. You know, Shamit's got to shoot. He has got to shoot. Right? If he's pushing the ball, encourage him. Keep going. Keep going until somebody stop you. We don't have to look for Cat. We don't have to look for Brunson. We don't got to look for nobody who's not in front of you. And then when you can flick it back to somebody for an open shot or a trailing dunk, that's when we do that. You know, players they gotta ball out. They gotta come out and they gotta ball out. And right now it just seems like we're crashing out. And we can't give in to the psyche that there's no answer for them because they're going to shoot. And when you're playing against a team that's going to shoot no matter what, that's a problem. But at the same time, you stay, steady on your principles, on your defensive slides, everything that it takes to put a hand in their face to make the shot difficult, because you're not going to block a jump shooter every time anyway. All right. I just want to see us come out and give an honest effort with our guys, whoever is on the floor. I'm confident with who's ever on the floor. But I want to see them play. I want to see the ball just going to one and two people to get all the shots. You know, Cat, we love you. We need you. But that bullying down in the block, we need a quick strike sometime. Get it down there, boom, boom, get the ball up, let's go. All right, because when we're standing around watching, they're running. Even on the make, they're running. All right, so Knicks fans, I know people say that it's over. It's not over. And I'm not even saying that as a diehard Knicks fan. I'm saying it as a student of basketball. The Pacers are leaving the door open for you. They're leaving it open for you. And all you got to do is walk through it. All you got to do is walk through it with a smart head on your shoulders and the confidence that it takes to be an NBA ball player, and then come out and play the game. When the season's over, we can't put it all on Tibbs. We can't. We're blowing wide open layups. We're blowing routine threes. We're missing some coverages. All that is not Tibbs' fault. I really believe that he has the Knicks prepared. But it takes something in a player that gets you to the next level. Everybody can't get to the championship. We're in the Final Four. Now, in ordinary times, that would be a plus. But it's not a plus anymore because of who we're playing. All right? So I'm going to be ready for tonight. I'm going to be dissecting the game. And when I come to y'all tomorrow or Saturday, and then we can sit down, we can try to talk about, whose fault or what's next. But for right now, we have to believe that our team is going to go out and give us the best effort that they can give us and advance to the next game, one game at a time. And we get that game 7 in the Garden, then the Knicks are going to make history. This team is going to make history. I believe. All right. Till next time. Peace.